Welcome back, everybody. Reap the Harvest Live. It is Memorial Day, Momentum
Yep,
Monday. We are celebrating freedom by staying consistent, staying
that's right.
aligned with our goals,
That's right,
driving
baby.
forward, pushing forward in
hmm
the face of adversity, and
Absolutely.
dominating in every aspect of life. How are you, Matty Matt?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. Happy Memorial Day to everyone out there. It's a great day, man. It's a great day to be alive.
It's a great
Um,
day. And let's make sure we remember why Memorial Day exists. It is a day that exists because people sacrifice their lives for our freedom to get online and celebrate freedom today. Freedom is not free, folks. There is a high
absolutely.
cost of freedom. So it's a beautiful thing. Thank you, all the military, past, present, and future. We love you.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Past, present, and future, without a doubt, man. I come from a family um, of uh, of veterans and people that are still currently active, and then obviously the 650,000 plus thousand that have lost their lives for our country. Just taking a moment to recognize that, because that's the reason why we get to live in this great country, man. The home of the free, the home of the
The
brave,
land of the brave. We got that
land.
backwards, but whatever. It was there. The thought was there. So,
All of it.
freedom. We're talking about
And
freedom today. How are you using freedom in your daily life? Obviously, Matty Matt is a real estate professional. He's using his freedom to build a business, to bring positivity to the world online, and to, stay aligned with his wife, his day one. I run Matt's social media accounts, so made sure that I went and liked all the pictures that your wife tags you in there that you didn't like. So I'll make sure I stay on that, Kelly. I'm going to make sure that
yeah,
Matt's Instagram likes all the pictures you post of him.
that's right, man. I think that's just staying on point though with the freedom and just overall gratefulness is just that's it, man. That's how just the everyday, just waking up with an extreme just mental mindset of gratitude. And the gratitude that we have for the men that really fought for us many years ago, and still continue to do so even through today. And then obviously the just remembering not even just the soldiers that are fighting for us overseas and domestically here in the United States, but what about albeit there's both sides of this, but COVID, it's you have all these healthcare workers, right, and the first responders going in, and it regardless of your beliefs on it,
Well,
it's
yeah, they
still
have the freedom to do something else. They're choosing to stick with it and to show up every day.
absolutely.
So I totally agree.
And honestly, there's I hear this, and I don't mean to go this route, but there's so many people right now that have decided not to go back to work because they're getting too much in unemployment. And that's not freedom, right? Like I just don't believe that's it's our call to duty is to work for this awesome country that we live in.
Mm.
And to take unemployment just because you're getting paid a little bit more, and you don't want to go back in as a restaurant worker or construction worker or whatever it might be because you're collecting that check and the government's paying you. That's just not my mentality, right? My mentality is to work to give the most for this country, as those guys in the front lines are giving to us, as those social workers and all the healthcare workers and everyone on the front lines of defense right now dealing with COVID. Is just like a super important thing. That I think it's our obligation and our duty to work for this country, right?
You know who
Not just
doesn't get enough credit, too, while we're on that topic? Garbage men.
garbage, man. Garbage, man. What?
Garbage men get like
Unreal.
no credit. What would you have done, right? Or me, in the last 3 or 4 months without the garbage guy? Your garage would be full of garbage.
An essential of essential workers. That's amazing you say that, dude.
I
'Cause
mean,
I love
think
my.
about the dirtiest stuff that you throw away, the most contaminated stuff in your house. You
Dude, if
throw it
you
all
pack
away, and who
hundreds
shows
of
up?
diapers,
The
there's 50
garbage
diapers.
man. You better
Just
show
take
some
those.
love next time it's 110 degrees and the garbage man shows up. We started giving the garbage man water bottles because it's so humid in Texas. We
Yeah,
give
no,
cold water now to the garbage men.
dude, it's amazing.
Something to
And
think about. I mean, we have
you
all
gotta
this
figure it
cool
out.
stuff, and we don't think about it sometimes.
We just, I even do. I'm not saying like, I'm not even just trying to say that it's like, yeah, do I think human nature is to be, I think, slothful in a way, is to look for the easy route. I was even talking to a colleague about this the other day, is that, we are geared to just think of like what's comfortable, right? Not what really is just, motivating us and what's allowing us to grow. But we try to get to the comfortable. Where's the comfortable? And let's plateau there. And that's just my thinking of taking unemployment, right? We're just trying to get to the comfortable, and it's like that's only going to be a finite period. You're just like killing relationships. I'm not coming back to work. But how essential is those things that we don't even consider essential part of our lives, like this garbage guy coming. I literally have hundreds of diapers going into my garbage can a week that smell horrible, that
Terrible.
I have to take out to the, I mean, they smell ridiculously bad. I can only imagine if I had to keep those in my house so that like they, maggots don't grow on them. And, it's just,
Or if you had to pick up those bags from 430 people in a freaking shift. Those stinky bags, and throw them in the back of a truck. Dude, garbage man. Give the garbage man a raise. Next time we're arguing about who needs money, teachers, we'll throw teachers in there. We'll throw healthcare workers in there as well. Obviously, you got your obvious ones, but the garbage man. Come on.
Huge, man.
Come on.
Their necessity of life, without a doubt. But, Pat, man, I do, man. I'm so like, it's just one of those things where freedom means so much to me to wake up every day. I know that there's so many countries around the world, and I don't play the comparison game. But one thing that I wanted to just share as far as my overall mindset that I struggled with probably up until like, I don't know, I would say relatively recently, probably about a year ago, I always like struggled with this mindset of like saying that I'm blessed because of somebody else might not have as much as me. Like how can that be like a measurable, right? Of like your blessings. And so what I've come up with and how I've like basically interpret this in my mind. What's up, Paulie? How you doing, brother? Happy Memorial Day. Thanks for listening. But one thing I've changed in my overall mindset, we just, it's one of those things where blessings is a form of gratitude. And I can't sit there and just say like, I am not blessed, right? I am like blessed beyond measure. Like I am happy to say that now. And how do I express that blessing to other people instead of it being a comparison game? Like, how can I say I'm blessed when there's an orphan in Africa or in Guatemala or Ecuador that needs my help? I still can say that I'm blessed. But like the action part of that is what needs to come out of my blessings, right? I need to act on that to really show that form of gratitude. So blessings have always been like, oh man, like there's so many more people. I just can't say that I'm blessed. But like now I've come to a mindset that, dude, I am blessed, and I can say I'm blessed beyond measure. And then how can I express that gratitude? How can I give? How can I go on action. Action changes things. The form acronym, right? Action changes things. How can I act on that? And my wife, she uplifts me in that area. She always looks for, ways that we can be the hands and feet, right? And so, right now it's honestly taken up like a lot of parenting. Parenting is like the part of act, right? I have to like perform action every day. I have to take care of these kids. I have to instruct them, and show discernment and discipleship in their life, Lord, of how like I do act through me, right? And I go to my spiritual mindset, right? Of really how am I showing them blessings, but then even above and beyond that, outside of my house, right? Outside of my four walls, what am I doing, on a daily basis? And that's just showing like a form of extreme gratitude and how much gratitude I have for my freedom and what got us to that point. Well, it's, the men and women that fought for our lives, many, through the course of, civilization within America, just they're so extremely thankful.
So Danny said, how come people Some people don't wear face masks, though.
You know what, Danny? Hey, I'm gonna tell you this, man. This is just my personal belief. So I do wear masks. Sometimes I forget to go out, but like let me come to you. And I'm not saying I'm an expert on this, but I'm just saying this is a form of reality for me. So my wife and I, right? We went out. We had our mask on, but obviously you can't eat without your mask. So we went to a diner. We definitely were about 12, 15 feet apart. This diner was doing like an amazing job at it's Trips Diner by my house, an amazing restaurant. If you're in Tampa, Florida, try it out. Love it. Maybe we'll them out as a sponsor one of these days. I eat there so much and have some clients, but we hadn't been there in a while. So I took my wife there for lunch, and dude, this is just my personal belief. So, restaurants are open up nowadays. We had to take ours off, obviously, to eat. But I was sitting there and I was ordering my meal. I was talking to the waiter or the waitress, and she touched her face 6 times right in front of me, just taking my order. She was touching her face, touching all around her face. And I'm like, oh my gosh, man. I'm like, that's crazy. She just touched her face like 6 times in like 15 seconds. All I had ordered something. And then she went away, and I'm like, dude, I'm going to count how many times she goes over to that guy and orders. I'm going to count how many times she touches her face. She touched her face 12 times while ordering, like he was ordering his meal. I'm like, dude, you just touched your, like, that's like, if there's a false positive, she was touching her face like all over the place. So I don't know, man.
Once I start touching my face, I just constantly touch it.
You constantly touch your face. And like, I almost feel bad because I guarantee you throughout the course of her shift, she probably touched her face probably
100 times.
More than that, actually. I'm saying 10 or 15 times, but she probably touched her face. Yeah, at least a couple hundred times. And that was only the course of literally like 30 seconds. So face mask, granted, like I get it. And I get they're protective right now. I just don't understand it. Like
I think Danny needs to go listen to the song I made with Dr. Fauci.
Yeah, maybe.
That's a good song, Danny. You'll like it.
I'm not saying don't wear a mask. I'm not saying that there's like anything wrong with it. I'm just saying I'm answering your question face value as far as what I see. I'm like, she touched her face like 50 times in the course of like the time that we were just there eating. So, I mean, touching your face, masks, I don't know if they're important or not. I know that social distancing is, right? So we were at least 15 feet away. The waiter came by, she had a mask on. So I get it, man. I love the question. But today's more about freedom than masks. I love freedom, and I love just hey,
you have the freedom to wear it or not wear it.
Exactly.
Really, what it comes down to. I think what's happened here is a lot of people, and it's your show. I probably shouldn't give my opinion on your show, but it's not really even an opinion. I think what we're seeing is opinions. I think some people think their opinion of one thing is more important than someone else's right to do what they want to do. And so you can say, oh, well, your right to spread a disease is no more important than my health. I get it both ways. I totally do. But at the end of the day, people are going to make their own decisions for themselves.
Exactly. And I think it does come down to, like, obviously you don't want to be negligent. I'm not going to be, spitting all over people.
No.
I mean, it's the negligence where your heart is too. It's, if you do think like wearing a mask and you touching your face like 100 times, like that's just kind of what I came to is like, I do wear a mask when I feel like it's appropriate to go in a mask when we're going in the grocery store or something like that, where you're going to be close encounter with people. But I mean, there's other times like I just, I consider it like almost counterproductive. Right. And I feel like I'm touching my face, way more than what I originally would if I, because I have a mask on. So that's just my feeling. But hey, getting back on track real quick, because I don't want to take up too much, people Memorial Day being on Facebook, but I do love this aspect of freedom and what it provides and the mentality that it gives me as far as being extremely a form of gratefulness. I just love having gratefulness and just being grateful for what not only God has blessed me, but the men and women who have served before me that just, provided this country as my free will, right? My choice. And what I try to do just give them back, the positive mindset that I try to maintain every day is just giving that back. But the one thing I just want to express to you guys that it's been really cool to me. And I, if you guys watch me on my personal page, I definitely, please follow me on my business page, official Matt Tack. And both Facebook and Instagram at official Matt Tack is my Instagram. But the one thing I've been doing is I've been doing push-ups. I've been doing a lot of push-ups. So I just want to say, like, I've been doing push-ups for a long time. So it's push-ups kind of been my diet in the mornings. I try to get a couple hundred in a day. But I just want the aspect of team, right? I think team it's really cool how I'm doing this thing, hashtag 50 with Will. So check it out. Will Smith. I don't actually know the guy. He's just an amazing guy, how we've corresponded on Facebook with, and I've just taken part of it. But that team atmosphere, that camaraderie, right? And that's part of like the freedom. I've been reading some of the things today of how these guys have just a brotherhood in them, right? I've never served. I wish, but a brotherhood within them where they're just going to do anything for their brother, right? That's just, you see that, you can see this is on a very, very small level, but the brotherhood that you can create and that you can create like the team, right? And now that I feel like I'm getting like broader in my shoulders when I'm only doing like even the 50, and you'll see me doing them live, but I just like, I'm doing them with a lot of intention, right?
Just using that freedom to get buff.
To get bogey. But that intentionality of just doing that stuff together by circular team, of just getting, band of brothers. I think, even the community that I am, the investment family, just, with commercial multifamily, met a lot of really great people that some I don't know face to face, some I do. But it's just, that band of brother mentality, right? And that's what I just, I like to gather and learn from other people. I love war books. I read war books, and just that mentality of like, they'll do anything for their brother and sister, right? And so I'm extremely grateful for the men and women that have served, the freedom, and then just the overall mindset that it's given me, just to be extremely grateful. So, today, I don't want to take up too much time, but really, freedom equals gratefulness.
Staying
I just
consistent too. I think it's important to remember that, like, yeah, we're celebrating our freedom today by taking action, and I think that's a lesson.
Yeah.
I've always been busy. When music venues were open, there was a time in this great land when there was a thing called music venues and stages and live events. I'm just kidding. But, we always worked on Memorial Day. Like, I was playing gigs at the lake, or I was doing this ever since we were in high school, because we used days like this to take action towards our goals, because not only do we owe it to ourselves, but we owe it to the people who gave us the opportunity to go out and get something done with our lives. And we always looked at it like that. In college, we were always doing something on Memorial Day. We might cook up some brats and have a beer or something like that, but there was always action being taken. And I think for me, that's part of the game. That's why I texted you this morning, and I'm like, dude, we're streaming today, right? Because we need to. We have an obligation not only to ourselves, but for people who gave us this opportunity. So that's where I'm at.
Without and then on the other side of that, though, it's like, I would hope that, family is very important to you. I think about, even the people that don't really maybe have the family that I have. I just invest a lot into my family. Extremely grateful for my family. Pat's got three awesome girls at his house that he's going to be able to spend with today. But, make sure your time you're spending with your family, right? What's important in life is just really investing into family first. So for me, it's definitely family first, and then work comes after that. But wanted to come through today. Appreciate you, Pat. We're staying consistent here on Reap the Harvest Live. But it's the land of the free and the home of the brave, baby.
Memorial Day Momentum Monday. It's a beautiful thing.
Memorial Day Momentum Monday. I love it. And we love it. And definitely God bless all of you, and God bless America.
Boom.